National Planning Committee of the National Assembly has finally concluded its stakeholder meetings after a 2-week deliberations period, with members of the public presenting their views before the Kimani Kuria-led committee. The chair has assured Kenyans that they will carefully review the recommendations made in the Finance Bill 2024 in order to achieve a sound balance. And as Mike Kagwongo now reports, the committee will now retreat to prepare a report that will be tabled in the National Assembly before going through the third reading and voting.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
In the just concluded 2-week process to present views on the controversial Finance Bill of 2024, a large section of Kenyans opposed the introduction of eco-levy, the proposed 10% levy on all locally manufactured and imported plastics as recommended by the Treasury. During a public participation forum at the National Assembly's Committee on Finance and National Planning, Kenyans told lawmakers that the proposed tax is a double charge to what already exists and risk creating an unfavorable business environment in the country, a factor that could scare away investors.
The new tax will have an adverse effect on the insurance industry, including a high risk of job losses. The sector employs over 15,000 people in Kenya. That is according to KNBS.
If we have more chicks, it will mean that the consumer, the farmer, or the growers will have the day-old chicks at a lesser price.
With 87% of Kenyans opposing to the tax measures according to the latest InfoTrack report, concerned Kenyans raised issues with the introduction of tax on bread.
Let us ensure that we keep these children at school, because some of them, they come because of this piece of bread. So, I want to urge you, Bwana Chair and your committee, tafadhali, hii kitu ni ya muhimu sana.
Now we embrace bread. And if you're a food scientist and you know how bread is made, I can tell you 90% of the nutrients are taken out. If you go to Sarit Center, we have health food stores. They sell those products, leaving you the white flour that you consume, and you say that's the basic food. So I propose, or I approve, that the tax on bread will be even 20% or 30%.
If implemented, the cost of bread is expected to increase by 10 shillings for a 400-gram loaf, increasing the average cost from approximately 60 shillings to around 75 shillings. A section of Kenyans, however, applauded President William Ruto's tax policy, requesting the MPs to pass the 2024 Finance Bill without any changes.
Kenya is undergoing an economic transformation. And this calls for a lot of sacrifice from everybody, likened to the time our parents fought for our independence.
I want to tell you, go and greet Mr. President and tell him he have our support and Kenya is good. I believe right now as we speak, the high cost of living that have been an issue to many people, the price of unga, right now we can have a decent meal.
The presentations, according to Committee Chairman Kimani Kuria, have demonstrated how critical it is to develop policies that will expand the nation's manufacturing industry.
We're going to make sure that we accommodate as much as possible the views of Kenyans, even as we try to balance generating revenue to fund the budget estimates of 24-25.
After getting views from Kenyans, the Molo MP Kimani Kuria-led committee retreats Tuesday to prepare a report that will be tabled in the National Assembly. The bill will go through the third reading before MPs take a vote. The responsibility now falls to elected representatives to vote for the controversial Finance Bill of 2024, even as President William Ruto seeks to finance his budget of 2024-2025 financial year. Mike Kagwongo, TV 47, Nairobi.